Hi everybody, welcome back to another video. Today this is going to be my review for the reality shows of 2025. My reality shows of 2025 review. I've done one of these for every year since 2019. So yeah, we did one in 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024, and now we're doing it for 2025 because it's a tradition that I do here at this channel. Now, we have tons of stuff to get through on this ranking. Some years I've done a ranking, some years I did not. Now, I was thinking about putting everything in like a tier list this year, but I could not be bothered to go find all the logos, and I kind of just want to record this video now because I'm worried if I it's December 30th. I'm worried if I spend it in 5 hours working on a Google Doc for all this, I'm just not going to end up recording the fucking video, and it won't actually end up coming out. So, yeah. We're going to do this instead, and we're going to actually just run through a list. I literally jotted down a list of reality shows, and I'm just going to talk about them as I run through the list, and some degree we will end up talking about all the shows I kind of watched to some degree, and we watched. Yeah. Now I will be talking. Now this won't be a ranking, even though the Google Doc I'm looking at is a ranking. Like, it literally is a ranking. So, but I cannot. I think I would rank these a little bit differently now, possibly. But I feel like the top of the list is pretty good. It's more so like when we get down to the bottom of the list. So, I think what we'll do is run through the list of what I do have, and then we'll talk about some insert shows along the way. So, yeah, let's do this. So, we have Now, I'm going to be... I do want to preface this. I'm mainly going to end up talking about, like, the main shows I care about and have covered on this channel. Survivor, an Australian Survivor. I've covered Big Brother in the past. I didn't do it this year, but, yeah. Amazing Race. I've done a lot of the Canada seasons since season 6, I think. I've done videos for those. I've done Amazing Race Australia, not season like this last 2 seasons, but I did include them in the review videos at the end of the year, so I'm going to talk about them. And like my Amazing Race Australia stuff did pretty well, and I don't know why I kind of stopped doing them, but I just kind of ran out of time for those. Challenge will be included here. Got a few of those seasons. Amazing Race US, Survivor US, yeah. And there's gonna be some takes and some other stuff. MasterChef, yeah. There's just a lot of shows to get through. So let's run through it. Yay! And if I think of some other shows along the way, maybe I will talk about them. Or like videos and other things. This is kind of just a little bit of a wrap up. Like, overall, I think the year of 2025 for reality television was pretty good. I think it was a pretty decent year. We had some pretty great, fun shows along the way. So, yeah, let's run through it. Let's start off with a reality show that's I didn't really know what to do with, to be honest. And it was created by a YouTuber or Twitch streamer, and it wasn't like edited into a reality show. It was just more so a kind of a rip-off version of Big Brother, but it was constantly live streamed on Twitch. But so I did decide to. I just want to mention it at least. We have Watchbox, which, yeah, interesting, which was created by Tubbo. Now I put it on the bottom of the list here because I don't find it was all live stream and I barely found any of it interesting. too interesting. Like I knew a couple people in there in this. There was like CPK. Like I knew that. Like watched him in One Life and Harmony Hollow back in the day and X Life. Like I knew all that, but like yeah, it's like I just watched it because whatever. I don't really have that many opinions about it. So let's do that. Next up, we have The Road, CBS. The Road. Yeah, I stopped watching it after the first episode because I just didn't think it was that good. Like I just found it boring. And we have other like kind of singing shows on this list too. So, well, but we're gonna run up the list here. Next up, Hell's Kitchen, head chefs only, which like this season was really boring. A lot of people thought it was really boring. I found it really boring. I think the other Hell's Kitchen season, in which is much better. I'm just gonna check one thing quickly here. You may notice I'm recording this using Facecam because I didn't know what to show, and there's like not that much to show. Now, let's see here. Yeah, so like Hell's Kitchen head chefs only was a pretty there's some people I found like there was a lot of like quits early on in this quits and like early eliminations in the show. It's kind of interesting. Now I know Hell's Kitchen isn't over yet. So, like the Battle of the States, so we'll talk about it briefly, but I'll end up talking about it again next year. So, yeah. I think this season was pretty dull. Like, I always find Gordon Ramsay shows to be quite fun to watch, but, like, Hell's Kitchen, in terms of, like, the contestants itself, it's kind of just meh. So, yeah. Alright, next up, we have MasterChef Dynamic Duos, a show I did actually do a review for, and like overall, I think it was a pretty dull season of MasterChef, and probably my least favorite season of MasterChef US. Like I genuinely enjoyed watching MasterChef. I've watched all the seasons except like I'm in the process of watching season 2 and 1 right now, and yeah, but like I have fun watching all these seasons, and I think ever since like season 11, it's kind of gone downhill. Like after season 10, there was a breakoff point, and once COVID happened, I feel like they never went back to that. They never went back to the actual good format, which is one reward or one challenge and then an elimination challenge. They kind of stopped doing that, and I don't really like that at all. To be honest, like at all, like I've never like I don't like it. They should at least they need, especially for like team challenges, like they need to be doing that. Like I feel like they definitely need to. Next show on the list I have jotted down here is Challenge 40 Battle of the Eras, and yeah, I want to love this. I want to like this season, but I just can't. It was such a drag in the back half of the season, and I know it barely finished. It basically finished this year. Like, there was only a couple episodes that finished in this year. It was, like, the finale. Was it part 2 of the finale, maybe? It might have ended literally on the first, and then the 2 reunion parts after that. And, like, I genuinely found this to be really lackluster. It's, like, a really dull fucking season of the show. Like, it's kind of surreal seeing all these people back, but, like, I don't like the format. It was, like, the format was so boring. It was shit. Absolutely crap. It was terrible. I did not like it at all. So, yeah. Next up. What's it? The other challenge seasons on the list. Or that I'll end up talking about. We got, like, Challenge All-Stars 5 or All-Stars Rivals and Challenge 41. I like those way more. So, yeah. I think I literally am just lining up the list here. But I don't really think these are all actually like ranked to some degree, but it's fine. All right, next up I have Canada's Got Talent. Oh wait, never mind. I missed Destination X US. I didn't end up watching UK, but CGT or Destination X US. I only watched one episode. I wanted to watch more, but as soon as Josh went home, it was do I bother? Not really. I watched some clips here and there, but I don't really like it. And from what I heard from the main review, he didn't really care for it that much. So I'm totally fine with just not watching it. So yeah. Next up, let's talk about Canada's Got Talent, and I will say, I really found I believe they put the show on hiatus, but I think the season was kind of interesting. We had 2 new judges in Shania Twain and I think her name's Catherine something, but either way, I do like the new I did like the addition of the new judges and the $1 million, but I don't like the format of Canada's Got Talent itself. I don't like how it's all fucking pre-recorded. I just that's so bad for me. I hate it. I absolutely cannot stand it like that. It is bad. I would have much rather. I want the live. The big part I care about in these shows are the live shows. That's pretty much what I care about when it comes to these talent shows. I care about the live shows way more than it pre-recorded stuff. Now, I would I don't mind. I want I want quarterfinals, semifinals, and a final. They don't necessarily need to be live, but I do like having a specific amount of acts per night, and instead of just having it be we're sending 14 acts to a semifinal qualifier round for the final. That's so boring. That's such a bad idea. I hate it. I don't like it. I think we need to at least rethink the Canada's Got Talent format. I'm over it, to be honest. It is such... I don't like the format of it. I think it should... Canada's Got Talent, it should be what us... what can't... pretty much all the other Got Talent shows do out there. Or, AGT and BGT, where there's actual live shows. Or actual, quarterfinal, semifinal type performances. Instead of just running through a bunch of acts. And also, I don't like golden, all the golden buzzers. Do we really need to be giving them $25,000? I don't think so. All right, next up, let's talk about AGT, America's Got Talent 2025, or the 20th season. And actually, I had it quite lower on this list, I guess. When I jotted it down, but I think it was much better than it's definitely way better than Canada's Got Talent, let me tell you. But I really enjoyed a lot of parts of the show. We had the winner of the show of the season was literally from season 1. I think that's really cool. I love that aspect of it. It's a pretty and season. We had the return of Mel B. We had some drama between the judges. We had some new interesting acts. I liked Micah Palace. He was pretty interesting. And there were some really, really creative and fun acts throughout the course of the show. I really enjoyed it. So yeah. Next up, The Amazing Race Australia Celebrity Edition 3. And I think this season was fine. It's better than the last season of it. Last season, I found it really fucking boring. This season, I think it's still kind of boring at some points, but I think it's much better than it. I like there's some really weird episodes in this where like there are some. It's kind of insane how we end up like one team who dominated so early on, and like just go one episode. I'm just gonna bring up the Amazing Race Australia route, season 9. Like I just want to bring up bring it up. I think because I remember it was kind of insane. Like we obviously had the team that like Ann and Dan had to be ejected. Obviously, that was something on the season. Not like yeah, we had the return of what was this? Is that the intersection? Yeah, there's intersection. So Dom and Mark, who had been doing relatively well, getting a second, a first, a third, a first, and a third, all of a sudden just drop to 9th place in the 6th episode and go home. Like, that's kind of insane. Like, yeah. And there's some, like, I like the addition, like, we have the MasterChef John there. I was cheering for her this season. Steve and Bernie were kind of, like, it was quite clear that they were going to win. We had the princess from Bali. So, that's something. But like overall, I think it was better. It's not the worst Amazing Race Australia season ever, but it's like it could be better. like, yeah, yeah, it could definitely be better. Yeah. All right, let's move up the list here and move over to the Inheritance, which I actually didn't mind as a show when I watched it. So yeah, I don't really have much else to say. I actually I knew one of the people on there. I can't remember his name though. It's kind of funny, but I'd seen some of his like TikToks and stuff. So like it was a pretty. I think it's a kind of an interesting like kind of social strategy game. So yeah, that's I can't, like I know I watched it, but I don't really have much to say about it. Because I haven't really thought about it since, but I did end up watching it, and I didn't really feel going back to watch it. So, yeah. All right. Next up, we got Extracted season 1, which I watched a couple episodes of it, and I found it. I didn't really care for it that much, to be honest. Like I'm good. I don't need to. I didn't really care for this season that much. It's like I think it's an interesting idea, and I don't know if I'll watch season 2 because I might because Sandra, Nina, and like Annalise are on it, so that's cool. But like season 1 was just fine, I guess maybe, but like I didn't really care that much about it. I did watch it. I basically just had it on the background, but there was like I do like the idea of what they were going for, where they're two family members inside the house competing for supplies to give their loved ones who are out in the wilderness. Like I don't mind that. So yeah. Next up, I feel like this next show I have to do talk about longer because yeah, MasterChef Canada season 8. I was making a review. I was literally in the middle of recording the review for it the other day, and it just decided to stop recording, and I don't know why. And I am actually very sad about it. So yeah, and overall, I found it to be a fine MasterChef season. I think it's better than than Dynamic Duos. Like the duos aspect of MasterChef Dynamic Duos was interesting at the time, but like it was just I didn't really like how it was presented, like non-elims and stuff. But in this season 8, at least there were eliminations every week, and it didn't feel like it was dragging on, to be honest. But I just found a lot of the characters to be quite boring. And although I will say I didn't I didn't really know who was winning, but I don't know if that's because I just didn't care. I don't really like how they changed up the judges either. We have Mary Berg, Hugh Atchison, and Craig Wong, and I think they were like they had their moments, but they're nowhere near as good as Alvin and Claudio and Michael. Like, I think they're way better than these three on season 8. So, yeah, I think it was a fine season. Like Veronica as a winner is fine. I think like I kind of thought she may be winning from quite early on, but like they kind of calmed her down a bit. But I definitely would have much rather like a Liz win or like a Boo win or something like that. It was clear to me that Andres wasn't going to win. Like, it was some pretty funny insults across the season. Like some like Craig Wong and Hugh Atchison has some pretty like funny like monotone critiques of the dishes. So that was cool. So yeah. Next up, I have MasterChef Australia back to win because it was an all-star season. I did watch it, and I just think MasterChef Australia is the superior MasterChef franchise ever. Like, I know there are some things to criticize. It's like I don't necessarily like how seasons are so long. Like there's over 50 episodes, but I do think what they do with how Australian due to their what Australian TV is, I think they use it perfectly. Like I genuinely think they still do they do a challenge, they do an elimination, they do a main challenge, elimination, and stuff like that. There's back to win challenges at some points. And here we had an all-star season, so that was quite interesting seeing all these new people come back, all these different people coming back. We had Gordon Ramsay on this season as a guest judge at some point, for the first week, and I genuinely very much enjoyed watching that. I was happy. I should say one of the judges was actually on season in 3 of Amazing Race Australia Celebrity Edition, so that's something. All right, next show on the list here we do have. I've jotted down once again. This isn't really that big of a ranking. I feel like I could change these. And we have Britain's Got Talent 2025. I actually had lots of fun watching this season. There were some really fun acts, and I like critiques in the live show phases, and there were critiques along the way. The first live show episode was actually really fun. Everything going wrong over the course of it was it's kind of so bad that it was good. And we have KSI on it and stuff like that. That was kind of fun. I actually really enjoyed the season. Yeah, there was those light show acts. That was phenomenal. Was it Balanced Night? I don't know what it. I can't really remember many of the acts names and stuff, but there was some really fun acts along the way. I don't. Yeah, I just really enjoyed it. I think it is the best of the Got Talent series. So yeah, for this year. So yeah. Next up, let's talk about Hell's Kitchen Battle of the States. Now, to be honest, it's not done, so I'll talk about it next year. But I think this season, it's definitely. I feel it's better. There was definitely some fun moments with some of the some arguments. The one lady on the show is kind of fucking insane. Oh my god. But yeah, it's not done yet, so I don't really have much to say about it. I'll talk about more next year. The Snake, this is kind of a show with a safety chain twist, and which I don't mind as some reality shows, but I I don't mind there being a show just revolved around a safety chain twist. So I watched it, and it was fine for what it was. So yeah, no, don't know what else to say. All right. Now to the part of the video where everyone's gonna hate me because I have a long list of Trader seasons to talk about. I've never, ever, I've never cared for the Traders as much as anyone else. Like, I just watch it because I want, because why not? To be honest. Like, I've just never clicked with the Traders as much as other people. And I guess that's fine, but like I don't really know what it is, to be honest. Like, now, first off, especially like the US version, like it's on, and like the other versions, it's much harder for me to find them on like whether it be like UK or like no, like I did watch like it's easier for me to watch like the when Traders AU was on and like NZ because those are easily found on Reddit. Whereas like, and I can like able to watch like Traders Canada and Quebec and like some of these and like some of the seasons are posted on Crave in Canada. So like some like they are easier. Some seasons are easier for me to watch. So I did watch those, but like it's much like Traders US is much harder for me to watch in Canada, especially as it's airing because they don't immediately post it on Crave, and like I just maybe that's a reason for it, but I just think it's kind of over the top. To be honest, like the Traders, Faithful, and I know I covered Secret Saboteurs a long time ago, and I feel like that's kind of like a similar type of show to that. But like I've never clicked with Traders as much. I think the gimmicks they've gone too much with the gimmick, and while I think the casts are pretty fun, I just never really translated it as well for me. So yeah. So like Traders Quebec, it was in French. It's hard for me to watch it because I don't really understand French that much. But I did end up watching it with subtitles, and I just completely went a blank with it. Traders UK 3, a lot of people liked it. It was just fine for me. Don't really have much else to say about it. It was whatever. Traders Canada 3 was better. Like I knew the people on the show at least. Like I knew Omar, and I knew Kevin Jacobs, I knew Venus. Like I knew like a bunch of people because like it's Canadian. I did end up watching it, and some of it was pretty fun, and like I didn't mind watching Venus' downfall, to be honest. But like I really do like I do like Venus, Omar, and Kevin Jacobs, and seeing them all on the show. Oh, I guess Ty from season 11 is also of BB Can is on here as well. Like I didn't mind that aspect of it. Traders Ireland, I did watch it. It was it was fine for what it was. Like it was there were actually some pretty fun, interesting dynamics on the season compared to the UK season. And then we have Trader Celebrity UK, which actually I didn't actually mind as a Trader either season. Like I genuinely think, like I knew who a lot of the people were. Like they were genuine celebrities, and there was like some pretty fun arguments along the way. So I think it's definitely probably the better of the Trader seasons. But I do have like I do want to talk about US, which Traders US 3. Like like I did end up watching it, but like I just feel like once again I just feel like it's kind of forced. It's kind of forced. Like I kind of like I don't really care for the theme that much. Like a theme of like the medieval stuff for the Traders. I'm kind of over it, and I think like the hosts for all these are like really over the top and stuff like that. So yeah. Now I didn't mind like for the season 3 of US. I didn't mind seeing people like back like Tony and Jeremy and Boston Rob. That was fun. Like there was some actually fun and interesting picks, and I will end up watching US season 4. I know there's a a season with normal people on it, so maybe I'll watch that. But like, yeah, yeah. Alrighty. Next up, we have like the the Survivor US seasons of the year, and I don't know if I want to like talk about them now or not. Maybe I will. Yeah. So I have them back to back, but like I don't really know where they actually rank, and I think maybe one ranks a bit higher. Like I don't know. Okay, so next up I have Survivor 48, which overall like there were some really fun episodes on this season. Like the pre-merge was pretty fun, but it was a really boring post-merge. And yeah. Now I will say I didn't catch the Kyle win. I thought it was gonna be like Joe or Eva. But like I didn't mind like the story. I didn't actually care for the storyline. I mean, at some points, like I feel like some of the parts are quite forced. But like I think, like Survivor, I always like watching Survivor. Survivor, I will always watch no matter how bad it is. And like Survivor season, like I did have some enjoyable moments throughout the season, but like there's some like moments I just don't really know that much about anymore. Like, or like I know about them, but like I just have like the post, like there's some really boring moments. It's throughout the season, especially in the back half of the season. Like earlier on, there's some interesting votes here and there, but it was really like the post merge that it was kind of just rough for me, and so I like it's yeah. There we go. Survivor 48. Yeah, I'm optimistic about seeing some of the people from 48 on 50. So yeah. Next up, let's talk about Survivor 49, which I have way more to say about. Which actually, I did a review about it, but I do want to talk about it here. I didn't mind it. I think it might be. I think I have it. I will have it higher than 48 going forward, but like because I know a lot of people found it quite boring. And I will say, like, the start of the season was kind of rough for me. It was I did find it quite boring. I feel like production wasn't necessarily trying, because a lot of people already figured out that Rizzo and Savannah were going to be on 50, and they figured out that they replaced a winner spot, which was Marianne and Andy. Well, Andy didn't win, but, Marianne did. So a lot of people were like, okay, so obviously we're thinking Savannah wins, right? So yeah, I think that, so I feel like they just didn't really, like, they didn't really give a shit, and they just like didn't try. Now I feel like they did a better job hiding it towards the end of the season, but like, yeah. Now there were like some really fun characters on the season as well. Like Sage was great. I thought I wasn't gonna like her on the season. I actually really did enjoy her run on the show. I did actually kind of have fun with that. Sophie B was fun. Sophie S was fun. Savannah was like a villain. I know my uncle didn't like her at all. He actually said he despised her. But like I think Savannah's great. Rizzo is fun. He is probably one of my favorite new era players. New era players. Not because they're necessarily the best of the game, because I don't think he is the best of the game. But I think he did bring some. I think I can just relate to him more. Maybe it's because I am Gen Z and he's Gen Z too. But like. Actually, a lot of his a lot of the Gen Alpha slang and Gen Z terms he was using made me so cringe a lot. But there were some really fun moments, and I feel more connected to this cast. I know there's even Jake. Jake is from my province, from Saskatchewan. He lives in Alberta, but he's from Saskatchewan. He lived in Saskatchewan. I just feel more connected to this cast than I did with 48. And like the back half of the season, there was definitely, I feel like actually the episodes did get stronger. Like the Shannon boot was kind of fun. Now I'm thinking about it. The Nate boot was quite fun. We had like the whole Jawan boot was pretty fun for me. Now I do think I did talk about this way more in the review, but I think like Rizzo and Sophie, the way they should have on the game, I did talk about that. I think Rizzo should have played the idol and Christina, and I think Sophie should have taken the idol from Rizzo. Like, those are the moves that they needed to do in order to win, and they just didn't do that. But I do think I think season 49 will grow on me as time goes on. But so maybe I will end up. I think I might end up rewatching the season. I know Murray View is rewatching the season because he doesn't like. He has it at actually pretty low on the list. He had it 17 out of his 37 shows he talked about. So, yeah. All right, next up, let's talk about $1 Million Secret. Now, this show, I don't really have much to say about it. I just jotted it down because why not? But there was some really fun, interesting moments on the season. I did end up watching it earlier on. I don't have much else to say about it. I remember liking it at the time. And so maybe I believe it got canceled, but I think it was fine. Don't really have much to say about it, but whatever. Next up, we have a show that I watched this year because I have a connection to it, but and I think it was actually a pretty fun show. And I think it's the best out of like all the music type shows of the year. Now, there's the next two shows are music shows, but and they're both about making bands. I think I want to talk about the newest one, which is Simon Cowell's the next band or something. The new whatever it is. Simon Cowell's the next big act or something. What was it? But I think Simon Cowell, it was more of a documentary type thing. Simon Cowell, the next act, yeah. And I didn't mind watching Next Act. It was quite interesting. Seeing how they put together a band and stuff like that. That was pretty interesting. But I think putting a full on reality show with full on contestants and a prize at the end, and in building the band season 1 is actually pretty fun. I didn't know what to expect on the season. I knew Liam Payne was on it, which RIP. I know he was on whatever the show was. Or he was on X Factor, part of One Direction. And I was devastated when he passed away, and I was gonna watch the show anyways, so I watched it mainly because of Liam. But I also knew Nicole Scherzinger and Kelly, Rowland, and AJ was a pretty fun host as well. But we had some really fun acts. I swear, there's one guy. I don't know what his name was, but he was on one of the boy bands. And I swear he looked so familiar. I don't know where he's from. I swear he's been on a show before. I don't know where he's from, though. And it's not I think I might be getting him confused with someone who was on The Voice Australia. But I didn't watch The Voice Australia. And this guy wasn't Australian, so I think I'm just maybe they have doppelgangers or something. But I think this season was pretty fun. I like the idea of having you don't know who you're gonna meet, who's going to be in the band, until you see everyone for the first time. There was actually some drama on the season. We won the one group. What was her name? She was such a bitch on the season. I remember hating her. I knew whatever it was the one girl group. I genuinely thought I genuinely fucking hated her. There was no way that was gonna. I think one of the acts boy's name was Connor. Building the band. Building the band. I don't know if there's gonna be a season 2. I wouldn't mind it if there's a season 2. I might actually watch it if there is a season 2. But $500,000, so that's a prize. Yeah. Now I don't like. I know there were cliffhangers, and I don't really necessarily like that. But I did watch this. I binged it, so it was. I think it looks more tolerable for me because of that. But Alright, we had Siren Society. We had Sweet Seduction. Sweet Seduction was Allison. Her name was Allison. She was a bitch. I hated her. I was so happy when she went home. Midnight Till Morning was one of them. Then we had Iconics or Solidified. I really liked them as a group. And then we had Season 4. I really like Season 4. I think I would have voted for Season 4 if to win personally, because it was a mixed group. So yeah, I actually that was I'm looking at this now and I'm thinking back. This was a pretty fun season of the show, or a pretty fun season of reality television. I wouldn't mind if there was a season 2, because I think I would actually probably give it a shot if it did come back for season 2, because I don't mind the concept at all. Next up, let's talk about Amazing Race 38, which overall I thought was a pretty mid-season Amazing Race. There's some really good highs, but there's some really, really bad lows, and I fucking hate the route. The route being entirely in fucking Europe, except for New York, is so fucking boring. I hate it. What are we doing? I do want to check this. This is recording. So, yeah. I like the idea of having Big Brother players on this. It was I didn't mind that, but it was so clear to me that Jag and Jazz were winning the season so fucking early on, especially when Tucker and Eric were eliminated. It was okay, well, yeah. Now there were some fun episodes, the U-turn vote episode was pretty fun. The first U-turn video episode in Croatia was pretty fun. Izzy and Paige had some pretty fun crash outs, and then we had whatever the episode 2 with all the train drama in Europe on the way to Czechia was pretty fun. There were some pretty fun episodes, but some really, really bad episodes. So, yeah. I'm it's a season of the show. It's whatever. Next up, let's talk about Deal or No Deal Island Season 2. And now that I think about it, it's probably not as good as I thought it was going to be. And now I don't mind the fact that we had Dr. Will and Parvati and David on it. Those are that's basically the main reason I watched the fucking show. And same thing with season 1. The main reason I watched season 1 is because Boston Rob was on it. So yeah, there were some pretty fun characters over the course of it, but now we're looking back at it, I don't think it's a good of a show, and I think I'm fine with it being canceled, to be honest. So yeah. Next up, let's talk about Beast Games. I want to speed this video up. We're already over 40 minutes into this, so yeah. Beast Games. This show is way better than I thought it was going to be. I don't mind it. I think now I feel like there was some pretty cutthroat moments. I know I did a review about it, and it was only 5 minutes long. And I was thinking about me redoing the review, but I think by the way, I can't even see the camera. I know it's recording me, but so if my head's cut off, I apologize for that. I just talking about it. Yeah. I think this season was pretty it was pretty good out in the back half, where we actually finally got some storylines. I like I know for season 2 they're cutting the cast down significantly. It's only 200 people, which I think is way better than the other one. So yeah. Then this season, the first season 1, where it was 2,000 people ish. That's a lot of people. I know Sifu was on there and stuff like that. Yeah, I didn't really like the winner that much. at all, to be honest. So yeah. Next up, let's talk about Survivor Quebec Season 3. And overall, I think this was a pretty fun Quebec season of Quebec. It's the best season of Quebec in my eyes. There was some pretty fun character moments. I didn't really know who was going to win the season over it. Now, I don't like the format of the show where it's like multiple episodes, where there's like 5 episodes a week, or like 4 so 2 rounds of gameplay. I don't like that. But I don't like it wasn't actually that bad. I didn't mind my run watching the show. So yeah. Next up, Genius Games UK. I did watch it and I actually didn't mind it. Like, I've watched the Genius in the past and I really enjoy the Korean version of it. But and UK brought some pretty interesting moments throughout it, and I feel like I wouldn't mind it seeing coming back, but I know it's probably not because I know it got canceled in UK. But I feel like I like Genius is a pretty fun social strategy show. I don't mind it at all, like how it's formatted and style. Like that's pretty fun for me. So yeah. Next up, let's talk about we have Challenge Vets and New Threats. I did a review on it. So I'm not going to talk about as much, but I really liked this season. There was so many great characters on this season. Nani is back. I loved Nani on this season. Olivia and Jeremy are great. Like, we love it. I genuinely liked this season. Michaela and Cedric were fun. Sydney and Turbo were fun. Like I just loved the drama. There was so much drama in that. There was some fine episodes here and there and some dull episodes throughout it. But, like, I really had a very fun time watching the show. I think it's the best flagship season we've had since War of the Worlds 2. So, yeah, it was a pretty fun season for me. Next up, let's talk about Amazing Race Canada 11. And I really like this season of Amazing Race Canada. I think this is probably lower than, like, Vets and New Threats and, like, some of these other shows. But I like, yeah. Like, the season, Vets and New Threats wasn't done when I originally made this whole list here. But, like, I did, like, yeah, whatever. Anyways, I just made a list of shows I think I want to talk about. And this is like months ago at this point. But Amazing Race Canada 11, I really like the season. It was kind of more in line with season 10, and I like that. We had like Brendan and Sam going out pretty early on in the season. We had like Osas and Asosa was pretty fun throughout it. The episode 1 where they loot, where Nibby and Magoo loses their bags. I don't even know if I talked about that in the review. I can't remember if I did. But, like, that pretty insane how they lost their bags. But, like, still meant, like they left their bags at the starting line. That's pretty fucking insane. Like, Nibby and Goo made the season for me. They were so fun on this season. Ike and Dimitri's are fun. Now, I do say, like, the Jesse and Jonathan outcome was pretty foreshadowed to me. I was pretty expecting that by the end. Next up, let's talk about Amazing Race 37, which I think is the best Amazing Race season by a long shot this year. And with that, I really did enjoy my time watching the show. I think it is probably one of my favorite seasons of Amazing Race recently. They're like Jonathan and Anna are great. Like episode 7 was so fun, and I know I did a video on it, so you guys can go watch that if you want. But like, I really did have fun watching this season. The route was different than season 38, so that's something. So yeah, I think this season's just really fun. Yeah. Next up, All Stars Rivals, Challenge All Stars Rivals. I'm getting bored, so I want to just kind of speed this up a bit. But All Stars Rivals was so fun. Such a fantastic season of reality television for me. Like, I just had so much fun watching it. Like we had, like, Frank and Sam were great. Devon and Shane were great. Adam and Steve were fun. Like, there were, like, this is, like, what I want from the challenge. And I'm, like, this, like, season, this All-Stars Rivals and Challenge Vets and New Threats. And, like, I love the challenge. It made me really love the show again. And I'm kind of excited for season 42 to see what happens with that. So, yeah. Next up, let's talk about, we have three more shows, like, definitely I want to talk about, and then there's a bunch of some other shows. Actually, let's talk about some of these other shows here. Like, Race Across the World, I did watch a bunch of seasons of that, and I did, including the more recent one. and I think like I actually no, like I watched like what am I talking about? I watched like 2 episodes of it. I haven't finished it, so I'll talk about it next year. But I did like it's like I like the idea of it where it's basically Amazing Race, but there's no tasks pretty much. But you have to you have to find your way across this to each checkpoint, but you have to get your own money, and the way you get money is by completing jobs and stuff. And I don't mind that as a component, and I I just do want to. I did want to mention it. Now there were other shows I did watching that are not from this year, but I did want to talk The Anonymous. I watched was pretty good. The Bridge Australia was kind of interesting for what it was. We had Race to Survive Alaska and New Zealand, which I watched. Those were pretty fun. There was another one. What was it? I can't remember, but this was USA Network had just come out in Canada, and there was a bunch of new shows, and I was that I had never heard of, or some of them that I just never got a chance to watch. And so I watched them, and I was pleasantly surprised by them. But obviously, they aired in different years, so I just want to mention them here. But let's talk about top shows of the year. We have Australian Survivor seasons and Big Brother 27. I'm going to talk about Big Brother 27 first. Thing is with Big Brother, it's so easy for me to fall out of a Big Brother season because, it's so long. And there's so many episodes to where, and I'm busy a lot over the summer. I work a job over the summer, or I'm working in the summer, so it's easier for me to watch episodes of shows that air once a week compared to shows that air 3 or 4 times a week, and that's what happens with Big Brother. And where there's so many episodes to where as soon as I miss out on a week, it's really, really hard for me to catch up. But that's always what I had, and that's kind of why I kind of stopped covering it. But I love this season of Big Brother. I do. Big Brother 27 was so fun. There were so many great characters. Once again, we had Vince, who was insane. Morgan, insane. Rachel Riley is back. I loved it. There were so many great characters over the course of the season. We have Mickey, which, rest in peace. That was so shocking that she passed away last week. I'm, still kind of in shock about it, to be honest. That's so sad. But, she was a standout character to me on this season. We had, the Riley eviction of it all was fun. Now, there was a moment where the White Locust twist, I think that's what it was called. We thought, oh, the guy got gone. This season's going to suck. This is where the season ends. It's over. But it actually got much better towards the end of the season where we had the Vince and Morgan drama. That was so much fun. Watching Marine Review's video at the end of it where there's so many fun tearing clips and stuff from RHAP. I absolutely had such a fun time watching it. Oh my god. So great. And it's Big Brother 26 was also really, really fun. I think Big Brother 26 is personally better than 27 in my opinion. I just had more of a personal connection in the Big Brother 26. I just like Angela and Tucker more of characters. I will say, but this season, I did actually poise Ashley as my winner pick. I got it right. I got my winner pick right for Big Brother. I actually got it right for Challenge All Stars and Vets and Vets. Just saying, and Universe of the World. And, I did pretty well with my winner picks. So yeah, this year. So yeah. Anyways, besides that, I really enjoyed this season of Big Brother. It was fun. It was really fun. So, yeah. Let's move on to the top 2 seasons, which are both Australian Survivor seasons. The question is the order. At the bottom, I do have Brains v Brawn 2. Now, I was debating this. Now, I don't think any Brains v Brawn 2 or AU versus the World are as good as Titans v Rebels. Like, Titans versus Rebels was absolutely insane as a season of Survivor. It's my favorite season of Australian Survivor ever. One of my favorite seasons of Survivor globally. Like, and these 2 seasons, like Australia, like they're great. They're great. I love Australian Survivor. I genuinely like. I don't know what they got going on down there in Australia, but they were doing something right. I don't know why they fired JLP. Like, what the fuck are we doing? I hate that. We won't be having JLP anymore. But I will say, like, these 2 seasons were just so fun. Like, we had Brains versus Brawn 2, where we have where we had the whole hostages thing with AJ and Miles and Kaylin. Or great. I really enjoyed them. I had like Karen and Logan were really fun on the season. We had the Max was fun. Episode 9 of Australia Brains v Brawn 2 might be one of my favorite episodes in the history of Survivor ever. And like there were so many fun moments over the course of the season. I think this season has better highs than AU versus the World, to be honest. But it kind of has lower lows. There was some pretty solid episodes. There was like that one week. It was like the week before the merge, which is quite bad. Where we do have like the Ben quit, which came out of nowhere, and what was it, the Noonan boot, which was the only okay boot of the week. But yeah, like yeah, let's move on. And to A versus the World, which I was really excited for, and it lived up to the hype to me. I thought this season was just really, really fun. Seeing all these people back on my screen, it was surreal. Seeing all these people from around the world, from different Survivor franchises, from all over the world, which is insane. I loved it. I like. It just makes me think. Like, I just genuinely love like Survivor as a show, and like I just love it. And I think Australian Survivor is in a fun place. And I know like AU Redemption's coming up. We have fraternities on that, mixed in with a bunch of new people, which I'm excited to see what happens with that. I'm sad JLP ain't coming back because he was fired. I don't know why they fired him. I'm kind of pissed about that. Why do you do that? I know that it's kind of ratings, but I don't think the host. Like, what the fuck? I don't think. I was thinking about doing a video about AU Redemption, but I don't know if I will until I do the review of it. But yeah, I'm kind of excited to see where David goes as a host, so that will be interesting. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got to say. That like overall, this year was a really, really, really fun year of reality television. I know, like, Poverty as a Winner was great. I do want to talk about, before I go, the Reality TV Fan Awards for the year, which I was watching throughout the course of the day, and I do want to just kind of run through them at the end of this video here, and give kind of my reactions to them. And there's a Jeff Post thing. But anyways, okay, Reality TV Fan. I just want to run everyone through what won and stuff for each category. So we had, for Best Newbie Female is Orlandria from Love Island USA, and I don't watch Love Island, so yeah. Best Newbie Male for the year was Rizzo, and yeah, that makes perfect sense to me, to be honest. I like Rizzo. Rizzo was great. So yeah. Rachel, Best Vet Celeb Female is Rachel. Lily had here, which is pretty fun. And Dylan Efron from Dancing with the Stars for Best Vet Celeb Male, what I don't watch Dancing with the Stars, so yeah. We had the Best Non-Binary Contestant of the Year, Bob Drag Queen. I do want to quickly mention, like, there was a Survivor, like, mini influencer mini type thing. That was pretty fun. Watching it with, like, Carl Jacobs there. That was quite interesting. So I did want to just mention that there. I actually liked that episode. That was actually not that bad of an episode for what they made of it. So, yeah. I know Bob the Drag Queen was in that. So, yeah. And, like, I think Carl Jacobs would have won. And Hannah Kosh won this photo. Yeah. Best Host of the Year. It was a tie between Claudia Winkleman from Traders UK and Jonathan LaPaglia or GLP. And I think it makes so perfect sense to me that JLP won this year. I think he is genuinely the best host of the year. Or Jeff had a fine year, but like I think like JLP is a standout, and I think it makes sense that he did win here. Best romantic relationship for the year was Izzy and Paige. So, yeah. Who are on Amazing Race 38. Best alliance of the year was Suri and Parvati. Makes a lot of sense to me. So, yep. And then Trez List was in second for that one. And from Survivor 49. Best rivalry was Danielle and Carolyn on Traders US Season 3, which was a pretty fun rivalry there. Then we had the best fight, which was Boston Rob versus Bob the Drag Queen. That was really fun. I remember. And then the best game move, which I actually laughed for this one, was Rizzo's Idol Buffs. Now, I voted for Miles' power play. I just found that more fun, but I thought maybe like Rachel was like backdooring like Riley would be there instead of Rizzo's Idol Bluffs, because I think Rizzo lost the game because of the Idol Bluffs. So, yeah. Then we have best moment, which Huda tells Nick she's a mom. Love Island USA 7. I don't watch that. Best twist and theme of the year was AU vs. the World. Makes sense. Best winner of the year, Parvati Shallow, AU vs. the World. Makes sense. Best cast was Celebrity Traders UK. I think AU vs. the World is still better than that. So, yeah. Best episode was episode 21 of Big Brother, which was the Riley eviction, which is... it makes sense for me. I did enjoy that episode. And the best season of the year was Australia versus the World, which I have that as my favorite too. So, yeah, there we go. That's the year. I do want to mention that there was a season of College of Survivor. I did want to mention here, which is Survivor Lake Fork. And then there's also Survivor Palisades All-Stars. They are both college or fan-made Survivor seasons. I know All-Stars is done. Palisades is done, and that was just fine. I like the cinema value, the camera value for like the opening was pretty fun, but then for like Lake Fork season 7, I'm actually enjoying it. I watched the first episode so far, and we have there's some interesting players on this season. We have like Eric from Squid Game Challenge is kind of interesting. I didn't watch. I did watch Squid Game Challenge. I didn't know talking about it in this video, but I think Squid Game Challenge is a pretty fun show. Oh, I forgot to jot it down, I guess. So yeah, just did want to mention that. But it wasn't on season 2, but he was on season 1. But season 2 Squid Game Challenge was not bad. There we go. Overall, I think this year for 2025 pretty good year. I'm kind of excited to see where we go for 2026. We have Survivor 50 coming back. We have Australian Survivor Redemption, which I'm kind of excited for that as well. We have other shows too. So, yeah. But there we go. That's where we're leaving you for this video here. Thank you for watching. I know this is quite long, so I'm tired. So, yeah. Thanks for watching. We're all over the place.